And right now, we're going to jump over to our man Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 3:15. And folks, you can check out Basil's Tiger Technicians Hour after my morning program every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Tiger Technicians Hour Basil and his daily newsletter, The Opening Call, right on the front page at TFNN.com, folks. You can click on this button. You get access to Basil's outstanding daily webinar, folks. He puts updates out every weekend as well. You can sign up for $149 a month. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you get access to some awesome webinars as well. Many of them, folks. Check that out. Basil Chapman, good afternoon.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
I'm doing good. We have a little action in this market, Basil. Pretty remarkable action. I'm sure you saw some of those tech stocks, even on, and I'm starting it off, but boy, I'm giving you my own train of thought, Basil. Relentlessly strong market. We're in the red, but even on a day like this, NVIDIA shares basically flat when you get some of this action. What do you think about the action, Basil?
So let me just start off by saying in the Chapman methodology, we try to identify the lowest low bar and then count each successfully higher bar. If it gets each peak, we label peak A, then a higher one will be peak B, C, D, E, F, and G. The objective is to get a buy signal that's upgraded to a buy mode, and that should take you to at least a D, 4 higher peaks. It can go higher than that, but the objective is to get you to that D. All right, done with that. Now, here's another thing. Within the context, is this Tuesday or Wednesday? Let me just show you something else. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just to sum up, kind of looking at what we are facing at this particular point. I thought I'd just go through some of the positions that we have and show you the kind of quandary, a very pleasant quandary we're in, but this is what I'm looking at. So the objective is to get to at least a D. Well, we have just made a peak E in the daily Dow, and that's at 47,049 on the 3rd, on Friday. And there's a technique that I use. It's called Chapman Inside Track Repellent Zone. I try to join the tops of candles, whether it's the wick or the body, and I run it as a straight line, and then I make a little channel, and it's either an up channel or a down channel. And what happens so often is that, I don't know how it works, but it's because it's diagonal. If something was horizontal, you'd say, oh, we were once at 79, okay, we're back to 79. But if you're rising at a certain degree, how do you go from 79 to 83, then to 87? You know what I'm saying? And here it is. This is a diagonal line, and yet every time the Dow went into this range, it stalled. That, number one, is a warning. The technicals, the 9-period moving average is way over the 14. That's a positive. The MACD is still positive, just barely, but it's still positive. The stochastics just flipped to negative, under 80%, 75%. On balance volume, the little blue line here is just turned down from overbought to from an overbought level, and the relative strength is just weakening here, but still pretty strong. So with that in mind, I have to use a whole bunch of other things that kind of go together with the Chapman methodology. So here we are with the Dow at peak E. If I go to a General Electric, one of our positions that we still have a little bit left, made an all-time high of 307.25 around about the 23rd, and now it's arching over, but it hasn't failed. It's still holding very well. It's at 302. It's given us about a 52% gain in a little bit that we've taken off here. What we're looking at is the very next thing is the AIQ. Well, the AIQ is really, this is the Global X Artificial Intelligence ETF, all-time high yesterday, 51.39. We have some long positions, small long positions left because we've taken quite a bit off from 28, just under 29, and then from 36, and here it is at 51.39. Where is it? At peak D. The next thing I'm looking at here is Bank of America. Well, it made a high, an all-time high. Our target was the left side high of 3 years ago of 50 point, where was it? Right here, 50.11 from February of 2022. When it did that, it went just slightly above it to 52.99, peak D, and it's now pulling back, and the weekly chart is peak D. The next thing I'm looking at is CD. This is core mining. It's just been phenomenal. We've been long since, let me just move this to the side. from right here. Since $7.92 back in May of 2024, and here it is at 19.69. I mean, this is just, it's an amazing move to the upside. You were speaking about it, the gold and the silver. Is it telling us of gold and silver? We're also along the gold, and it's gone to an all-time high. Is this telling us something about the expectation of an economic something? That's usually when the gold soars to the upside where there's uncertainty. But it's just been through thick or thin. It doesn't matter. It's just been through the previous administration into this administration. So something else is going on. So it's been really a fantastic. Where it is, it's at this peak F right now. It says, all right, be a little careful. So you can go to Robinhood. Still a little bit left from the 16s that we got in at. Here it is, 153.06 yesterday with a round number, 153 open, and it's at 144 right now, up 58 cents. Where is it? At peak D. If we go on to IBIT, which is the Bitcoin, IBIT is the iShares for Bitcoin, we still have our long position, weekly charts and leg D, and this is spiraled up. It could be a peak F, but I'm watching it very closely because the Bitcoin itself, let me show you Bitcoin, Bitcoin had this very strong single move to the upside, and now it's kind of pulling back. But where's it pulling back from? Okay. A leg D in the monthly chart, a weekly chart in the Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. One that we got into just recently, Iran. This is trading. We got into the 22.80. Where is it now? It's at a G/C at made an all-time high today, 63.40. I mean, these are huge moves. So when I put, let me just show you a couple of others here that we have. Symbotic, I spoke about this last week. This is the Symbotic is end-to-end AI robotic warehouse automation systems. Where is it? Leg E made an all-time high today of 71.29. So when I put the package together, it says, well, now you need to start to think of how you can harbor and capture as much of the gains as possible, because this is where you have to prepare for some kind of a pullback just based on the Chapman Wave notation, because the technicals are still strong. It means that you can have pullbacks, and to get this 9-period moving average green to go pink underneath the 14-period moving average, in something like Symbiotic, you'd have to see it really slump to the 50s or even lower than the 50s. So I'm just looking at this, say, we've got to appreciate what we've got. I've got to be prepared for some kind of a pullback. And if I look at the very big picture, remember I said at least 4 higher peaks in a buy mode. Well, the Dow is in a buy mode. It's only in leg A. And it can't make, because it made a new high in October, it can't make a peak. You can't get a peak A until the last trading day of November. So all in all, I'm still very positive, just shorter term. Look at the SMHs. I mean, I always say semis lead us up, semis lead us down. 348.23 was the highest today, starting a bit of a pullback. Weekly chart, leg D. I'm kind of cautious, and I'm just trying to prepare. What can I do over the next few days to at least kind of garner, capture as much of the gains as possible and prepare for some kind of a pullback?
My head's in a similar spot, Basil, and congrats on those trades. What I love is that you have so many different areas, from Robinhood to GE. You know, you're really spanning it's just the charts, which I love, man. Thank you for walking it through, Basil. We appreciate it. We look forward to the program tomorrow. You have a great night.
Thank you very much, Tommy. You too.